Namaskar to all. Today we are going to study chapter number 10, that is images, links and frames in HTML5. Basic HTML structure. So we can just have a look at the basic HTML structure. So when we are writing any HTML code, we have to write in a text editor, and in HTML we are using Notepad as the text editor. So when we are writing the code, first of all we have to write it in the text editor. So this HTML tag, this marks the starting of the HTML document. After this we have the head tag, and head tag and HTML, they both are the container tags. That means both will have the opening as well as the closing tags. So in the head section we have the title tag, which gives the information about the purpose of the web page. So this title, it is the title of the web page that we want to design. So basically this head section, this gives information about the purpose of the web page. After this head section we have the body section. This body section, it contains the content of the web page. So whatever we see on the web page, whether it is text, hypertext, images, tables, whatever it is there, it is all written in the body section. And at the end we have the HTML tag, closing HTML tag, which marks the end of the HTML document. So once we have written this coding, after this what we have to do is we have to save it with the .html extension. Okay, for example in this I have written the name as structure, so we will save this notepad file with the name structure.html. If we are not using .html extension, we will not be able to get the output. Fine. So when we save it with the .html extension, a web page will be created on the desktop. So you can take it or desktop or any location that you want. So we are saving it on the desktop, so we will be able to see a web page with the name structure. Okay, so after that just double click on it, and when you will double click you will be able to see the output in the web browser. Okay, so this web browser, it is used to see the output of the HTML code. So this browser, it can be any, like Internet Explorer can be there, Google Chrome can be there, and we can use Mozilla. So it is up to you that in which web browser you want to see the output. Next is inserting images. So what I told you, that whenever we want to insert anything on the web page, it can be any text, it can be hypertext, or it can be images. Okay, so let's see that what are the types of images that can be inserted in a web page. So the first category of image is inline image. So what is an inline image? The inline image is one which is displayed when the web page is opened and is inserted within a line of text. That means that whenever we open a web page and when we see the image alongside the text, and when we open the web page, the image is visible, then that image is known as the inline image. External image. The external image is not displayed automatically with other contents of the image. That means when we open any web page, if any image it is not there, if we cannot see any image directly, instead what we have to do is we have to click on any link. After that, if any image opens, that is known as the external image. So the basic difference between inline and external image is that inline is opened when we open the web page, but the external image, it doesn't open when we open the web page, but instead we have to click on a link in order to open that particular image. Next, if we want to insert image into our web page, what we have to do is we have to use the image tag. As we all know that HTML is a markup language. Markup language means it make use of the tags. So if you have to insert any image, for that we have the image tag, and it is an empty tag. Empty tag is the one which has only one opening tag. There is no closing tag. So in this we have the image tag is there, and it is used to add images in HTML web page, and it is an empty tag, and it requires different attributes. So if we are using any tag, we can use the attributes as well. Attributes means the properties that can be used to format that particular tag. So to add and define the source of an element on a web page, the source attribute is used. That is, SRC means source. So source is the place where it is the place or the path where we have stored the image. So the syntax for the image tag is, first we have to write the image img, this is the tag. Then we have to use the SRC attribute, this is the property, and after that equals to, and within double quotes we have to write the address or path of the image where it is stored in our computer system. Right. Next, let's see how we can insert an image into our HTML web page. See, in this we have created a simple web page. We have written a simple coding. See, in this you can see that first of all we have written the HTML tag which marks the starting of HTML code. After this we have the head section in which we have given the title as height and width. So this height and width is the title of the web page. This is visible over here, height and width. After, see, in the body we have used the image tag with the attribute SRC. Now in double quotes we have written the path. This is the path of the image or the location where it is stored in your computer. Fine. So this is the path, and at the end we have to write the image name. So the image name comprises of its name. M is the name of the image, .jpg is the extension. So just keep in mind that when you are writing the path of the image, in that case we have to write the complete image name. So the image name comprises of the image name, that is M, and its extension, that is .jpg. After that, close the body tag, close the HTML tag, save it with the name img.html. After that, just double click on the web page that is created, and when you will run you will be able to see this output. Okay, so this is the image that is inserted in our web page. Next, how to insert path of the image. See, when we are using the image tag, first of all it is mandatory that we should know how we can write the path of the image, that where it is stored in our computer. Okay, so for example, if we have any image on the desktop, what we have to do is just right click on it. Right click on the image, a context menu will come. In the context menu at the bottom we have the properties option. Just click on the properties option and this properties dialog box will open. Okay, so in this you can see this ABC is the name of the image and this .jpg is the extension. So if we talk about the name of the image, it is abc.jpg. Okay, now next just look at the location. So this is the path. This path we have to copy. Okay, so just just select it and right click copy option will come. After that just copy. So your complete path will be C users Amit, then desktop, and then put one more slash and then write the name of the image. Okay, for in this case it is abc.jpg. so just this is the complete path. Okay, so you have to copy this complete path, and after this what you have to do is you have to write over here, write in this. Clear? So this is the way we can insert the path of the image into our HTML code. Next is when we are using the image tag, in that case we have certain attributes. Attributes are the properties. So the first property is height and width of an image. So using this property we can adjust the height and width of the image. Okay, and this image, it can be in the form, in the number, it can be any integer number or it can be any percentage value. Okay, so next property is aligning image. Aligning image means where do you want to place your image on the web page. Okay, for this we have two properties. One is float and the other property is vertical align. So float property is used for the horizontal alignment. Okay, if you want to place your image on the left side, whether you want to place in the center or whether you want to place it on the right side. Fine. So we have the alignments left, center and right. Okay, so and the second one is when you want to place your image vertically. Okay, this is the vertical alignment. So in this we have three properties: top, bottom and center. Okay, so this is the vertical alignment in which we use the property vertical align, and its value can be top, center or bottom. Okay, and when we are using float, its value can be left, center or it can be right. Fine. And the last property is alt attribute. See, alt attribute is a important property, and it was basically designed for the blind people. The when the person who is using the browser and when he is visually impaired, he is not able to see the image. So in that case, when he will move his mouse over a particular image, it will speak what this image is and why we are using it. Okay, so it is an alternative text that we use in place of the image. Okay, so it was basically used for blind people, so that when the blind people move their mouse on the web page and if there is any image, so they will be able to hear the voice, which is the text that is written as an alternative to the image. Next is HTML coding. See, in this we have used the different image properties. HTML tag, it marks the starting of HTML code. Then the head section is there. This is the head section. Okay, so this section basically it contains the information about the web page. So in this we have given the name as image properties, and after that we have used the style tag. So this style tag indicates that we have used or we have included CSS into our HTML code. Okay, CSS stands for cascading style sheets, which are used to provide style to the HTML coding. After that we have used body is known as the selector. So selector is the element, HTML element on which we are applying the rules. Okay, so this background color, this is the property, it is used to set the background color of the web page, and yellow is its value. Okay, and this complete line, it is known as declaration, and this complete is known as the rule. So just close the style tag, close the head tag. So this is the head section. After this we have the body section. So this body section, it is the actual content of the web page. So just we have taken p tag, that is the paragraph tag. After this we have used image tag. Source is the attribute that includes the path where your image is saved on the computer. After this, see, this alt attribute is used that if in case this image is not visible, in case of that this text will be visible, which shows that the user will come to know that in this place the image of minion is there. Okay. After this we are using the style attribute, which is used to provide style to the image, and in this we have used the height property and its value we have set as 50%. Width we have put 50%. Float is the horizontal alignment and it is right, and vertical align is top. So the image will lie on the top and it will be aligned to the right side. Fine. Next is we have to close the body tag and just close the HTML tag, which marks the end of the HTML code. So you can see the HTML output. See, when the path is given correctly, an image will be displayed on the web page, and you can notice that the background color of this web page is yellow. Okay, so if in case the path given of the image is not correct, then instead of this image this alternate text will be displayed. So this text is displayed with the help of attribute alt. Okay, so this is the alternative text that is shown in place of the image.